Hey everybody, Graham here. So I was just watching Colonel Kurtz's video on Eliza Blue that she dropped a couple days ago. I hadn't gotten around to watching it yet. But her making that video sort of inspired me to make this one, even though I'm talking about something a little bit different. I'm talking about the Sydney Watson situation. As you may know, Sydney is suing her former employer for not taking any action against a coworker who was harassing her in a way that YouTube doesn't like people talking about. Now, the real damage done by people like Eliza Blue and Evan Rachel Wood and Amber Heard is that it makes it easier for people to dismiss claims of this sort of thing. And there are people doing that. I mean, there are people who are making videos and tweeting things and saying essentially, oh God, you know, she was criticizing MeToo grifters a couple of weeks ago and now she is one. Well, we don't know if she is one or not. Anyone who thinks they know what went on at her job is most likely talking out their ass, except for the quartering. Now, Jeremy and Sydney work together. They're friends. They have a good rapport. They just started a channel together. And I think they're a good pairing. They work off of each other pretty well. Jeremy is standing behind her. And yes, part of the reason he's standing behind her is because he's her friend. And yes, part of the reason he's standing behind her is because they have shared business interests. But he has also said that he has actual knowledge about stuff that went on. I take that to mean that Sydney was telling him about this stuff in real time as it was happening. And that being the case, that makes her claim a lot stronger to me. Now, I'm not going to go so far as to say that I think she's in the right, but I'm also not saying she's in the wrong. I am committing a grievous internet sin by saying maybe this is one of those times when we should take a middle course and just let things happen. Let's let the facts come out. Let's find out what really happened. And this is not what you're supposed to do on the internet. You know, what I should be doing for this video is, you know, picking a side and being a pit bull about it. But that's not what I see here. What I see here is a complaint that needs to be taken seriously, a case that needs to be litigated, and that's it. We've done a sort of overcorrection to an overcorrection here, right? I mean, I think the whole Me Too thing was an overcorrection. I mean, it started in a very valid way, but then I think, you know, it kind of veered off to one side where it was sort of believe all women. And then a lot of stuff happened last year, and then it's veered back to the other side. Now it's believe no women. Where we should be is believe provisionally, but ultimately be prepared to revise your opinion in light of the actual facts when they come out. So that's where I am with this. Like I said, I know it's kind of an internet sin. This is sort of the same attitude that I was taking with the Andrew Tate thing. And with the Andrew Tate thing, we had a lot of people who were screaming for his head. And then some phone logs dropped that seemed to indicate that maybe they were set up. Again, I don't know. So I'm not calling it. I felt like I could talk about the Johnny and Amber thing because I was actually watching the trial. And I feel like I can talk about the Eliza Blue thing because I'm actually watching the events as they unfold. I know nothing about what happened with Sydney, and I don't want to speculate. I don't want to speculate because I think there are valid reasons to believe her, and there are valid reasons to disbelieve her. I guess YouTube is a little more forgiving about this kind of stuff than Twitter. If I posted this on Twitter, I would just get completely roasted, I'm sure. But that's what it is. I mean, she seems like a sincere person to me. And if she really was victimized, then that just sucks. And we don't need to be doing that. I don't know what it is about people that feel like they have to pull that kind of stuff at work. Completely apart from the Sydney situation, I'm just talking in general now. Because people do get harassed at work, and I don't understand it at all. Particularly with the current climate. I will not say anything of an even remotely sexual nature to any of my coworkers. And if there were some circumstance where I needed to do that, I would make a lot of disclaimers before anything came out of my mouth. So it's hard for me to imagine a man treating a woman that way in the workplace. I have never actually seen something like that happen, but I know it does. But I suppose that's part of the reason that I can't really fathom it, is because, number one, I don't understand the motivation, and number two, I've never seen it. Anyway, I don't really have a whole lot else to say about this, just that I hope that Sydney is telling the truth, because if she's not, she's really torpedoed herself in a bad way. And if that's the case, I won't be too sorry to see her go down. I mean, if she made her own bed, then seeing her get into it wouldn't be too upsetting. But I hope that she's not lying, because she's someone who I think has some good stuff to say, some interesting stuff to say, and I'd hate to see her get canceled, even if she deserves it. So there you go. That's all I'm going to say about it for now. Talk more about it maybe as events warrant. Let me just give you a real super quick Eliza Blue update. Eliza posted a screenshot of the interview with DeFango, and she highlighted one part that said, if this, if that, then I'm sorry. And she said, apology accepted. And DeFango came back with, that wasn't an apology, because he doesn't think that any of those ifs are true. But there you go. But she was, she just jumped right on it. And a number of people said, yeah, DeFango really shouldn't have ever said that, because that's what's gonna be seized on as, vindication, when in fact it's nothing of the sort. So anyway, there you go. I will talk to you guys probably next week sometime, unless something major happens over the weekend. You never know. But I hope you're all having a good Friday. I hope you all have a great weekend, and I will talk to you soon. Graham out. Bye.